You can have, imagine some sort of ultimate flowchart thing, and you can just see all the pieces of the program zapping data between each other, and you can see how this leads to that, and this steps around this way, and there's the error. There's the error right there. And you can, okay, so program, 432, please send your data, and you just draw a little line this way, and then test, and oh hey, it works. As opposed to chugging through infinite amounts of code, looking for this spot here and this spot here and this spot here. There's nothing. Intentional programming, if say flowchart design A shows the error in 6 different places, you're like, okay, show me design B in which it flowcharts in a different way. And then suddenly, oh wait, the error is centralized. Aha, there it is. Zip. And you tell it exactly what to do, and it knows how to translate that into the 15 different places it was in the other design, or the zillions of different places it was in the original text, because it's all just the basic logic, which is being stored on some super basic level. Now, I think this is big. I think this is like microchips to vacuum tubes. This is the next wave, and if I were a big-time Linux developer, come on, people, if I was, I would put everything into intentional programming. Okay, in the short term, obviously, you need to keep updating the stuff as we have it. But I go like Linux, like reconstructed Linux. I'm gonna go back from the beginning and probably do a microkernel because those are cool, and do this microkernel in intentional programming, much as we can. Furthermore, if I were Charles Simon, I'd make this available to open source developers because open source is awesome and somebody needs to use this stuff. All right, but someday, when we figure out how to work this, intentional programming means that practically anybody can update the software. Practically anybody can write source code because it can be displayed and changed in any way you can think of. So we can think of ways that are better. Imagine, take Wikipedia for instance, right? Huge reason Wikipedia is so freaking good is anybody can edit a text file. Everyone knows how it works. You click on the thing, you highlight, you delete, you retype. Everyone has these skills, right? Imagine if instead of having text files, we had, as I alluded to earlier, metaphorically, an image of text. Imagine if you want to edit it, you've got to load up an image editor. You've got to zoom in. You've got to get the erase tool and erase whatever word you don't like. Then you've got to get your little paintbrush and paint in letter by letter the way you want it to be. And then if this, offsets the paragraph, you essentially need to redraw that paragraph. Just letter by letter. And then later on, other people will have to come by and then redraw your redrawings in order to make them look nice, not sloppy. That's kind of how programming works. It is hard to update crap. It'll throw off everything else, and you need people who want to spend all this time in getting things exactly as they should. Because you spend one typo and then some error flies up. We have some systems dealing with errors, and we have quality control things before the code goes out and anyone uses it, etc., etc. But it's messy stuff. Imagine if programming open source worked like editing Wikipedia, where anybody can drop it, and probably via flowchart or something, right? An animated flowchart, by the way. We can see this data zaps over here, and this moves over this way, and this, and you can imagine actually seeing an array out of bounds error. You have an array displayed to you as a little graphic, and you see maybe, a little arrow drops by, goes, and it tries to get something outside this little box, and you be like, look, there's an error. And then you can just, click on that arrow, let's say, and find out where it came from, and find out, oh, well, let's see. So just change this to stay within the array. And then the computer knows that by stay within the array, it has to edit this thing, so then it goes from int equals 0 to in size, or maybe size needs to be, size -1, or whatever little thing it needs to do to get the computer understands this. And then everyone can participate in creating new software. And then, particularly in the realm of open source, things take off. And it's very, very cool, and it's probably at least 5 years out right now before we can really use it. But I'll put my bets on intentional programming, or failing that, something which is just like intentional programming. Maybe it's called meta programming, but that basic idea, it has to work. It's just better. Thanks for watching. See you later.